As she said that, we spotted the signboard for the library almost immediately. If it was this easy to find, then I guess I didn't need Shion to show me where it was after all. We rode around a bend, and the building was right there. Shishibone Public Library. We lived in the country, so I hadn't expected too much, but it was pretty big. The first floor was actually a government office, so the library was only on the second floor, but it still looked large enough to fit a decent collection of books. We passed through the automatic doors and were greeted by the cool breeze of an air curtain. The cicadas had been loud outside, but it was quiet inside the library. The air conditioning inside was keeping the temperature at an ideal level for the books, which had that mildewy smell unique to old paper.
どこの図書館も似たようなもんだな。
If there was one difference, it was the people studying for tests weren't taking up all the seats. I was one of those people, but now that seemed like a distant memory.
すみません、返却に来ました。
The librarian went through the process of checking them in, and then returned my mom's library card. Shion was going around the bookshelves with a deeply interested look on her face, like she wasn't the type who went to libraries very often.
悪いな、お待たせ。終わったよ。
図書館って涼しくていいところですね。私、将来は図書館で働きたいです。
地味というか堅実というか、姉と比べると随分とささやかな希望だな。
Mion would definitely want to be a hard-working employee for an international trading company, or some other crazy job that involved her running all around the world. Compared to that, what Shion said is pretty heartwarming.
まあ、互いの持ち味を大切にしたいですよね。私たち分身じゃなくて、シオンとミオンというちゃんとした個人なんですから。
Just want you to remember that.
双子は双子なりにいろいろと考えてるんだな。でも楽しそうだよな。俺には兄弟はいないから、うちには俺以外は親しかいない。窮屈なもんだよ。
私だってそうです。お姉とは一緒に住んでるわけじゃないですから。
Right. She said something like that, didn't she? Why, though? Sisters living apart is unusual. We were getting tired of talking while we were walking. We ended up going to the lounge area, which was vacant, and continuing our conversation.
え、お姉は本家に、私は沖宮の家に住んでるんです。
本家ってなんだ？随分と立派な響きがあるけどな。
本家は本家です。園崎家の本家。お姉は跡取りだから、バッチャと一緒に住んで、いろいろと当主としての修行をさせられてるみたいです。
Mion, the head of the family? It kind of fit her personality, but it kind of didn't too.
ケイちゃんは引っ越してきたばかりでしたよね。自分で言うのもなんですけど、園崎家ってここいらじゃ結構名士なんですよ。
え、本当かよ。
The word personage didn't really match the extremely sociable air that Mion and Shion gave off. From what Shion explained, the Sonozaki family goes way back to the beginnings of Hinamizawa. After the war, they had a bunch of successful ventures and extended their influence to a wide area.
園崎家はですね、親族全体で助け合う土壌があるんです。今の当主のバッチャが築き上げたんですけどね。
The entire family would provide backup to help one relative with a business venture. They were like a huge living company. This let them avoid tax-related problems and helped relatives' ventures succeed one after another using large amounts of money.
沖宮の街を歩くことがあったら、看板とかを意識してみてください。園崎の親族が経営しているお店ってとても多いんですよ。
言われてみれば、例のおもちゃ屋も親類の人が経営してるみたいだったな。そういえば エンジェルモートも親類の人が経営してるんじゃないのか？
Even what few shops I was familiar with were involved with the Sonozaki family. It was definitely surprising.
特に金融不動産関係は強いですね。あと商工会議所の役員も何割かは園崎姓かその親類がついてます。沖宮一帯を評伝に市議会議員と県議会議員にも園崎がいますし。
ちょっと待て。なんだかすごい話になってきたぞ。
Her relatives operate shops in downtown Okinomiya, and they're especially strong in finance and real estate. On top of that, a lot of those in the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are relatives, and there are even people elected to local offices.
ひょっとして園崎家ってこの辺り一帯じゃすごいんじゃ。
Oh, have you been listening the whole time? Get out of here. Go back to your government offices. All of a sudden, a cigarette-smoking, overweight old man interrupted our conversation. Wait, I know this guy.
どうも、こんにちは。今日はデートですかな？羨ましいですね。
そうだと思ったら邪魔しないでほしかったですね。
Oh,
大石さん。
that was it. He was Oishi-san, a police officer. I thought it was this person who came to my rescue when I got involved with those delinquents before. Now that I thought about it, Mion didn't seem to like him very much.
いえいえ、すみません。知ってる声が聞こえてきたのでついつい。
Oishi-san laughed coarsely, not showing any sign of giving up. As Shion watched him do so, I didn't feel the same sense of malice from her as I had from Mion.
前原さんでしたよね。あなたもタフな人ですね。園崎姉妹を二股かけるなんて。
いや、そんな二股だなんて。
I turned around to look at Shion and pled for help, but she grinned and maintained her silence. Her gaze wandered. She looked at the clock.
ごめんなさい、ケイちゃん。私もうバイトの時間なんです。
そうなのか？
I think I skipped some text. No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I did. Wait, didn't Shion have something to talk about today? Now this weird man is here, though.
また今度。バイトが終わったら電話します。夜なら電話大丈夫ですよね？
ああ、大丈夫だと思う。
じゃあ今夜電話しますので、その時に。じゃ。
It's gonna be important, whatever it is, I'm sure. It'll probably be like one of the last things we hear in the chapter, and then the chapter's gonna end after we've read about spooky things she's gonna tell us. Shion left so fast, she was practically running. Oishi-san was waving at me with a grin. I felt like I'd been left here as bait so she could get away. Maybe she was lying about having to go to work.
園崎のご令嬢とこれだけ親しくできるなんて。まあ、私も口の利き方を改めた方がいいかもしれません。
Oishi-san put a coin into a vending machine as he said something a bit appalling.
アイスティーでいいですか？ミルクは入れます？
いえ。
じゃあ入れますよ。はい、どうぞ。
He handed me a cup of tea, filled to the brim with ice, as I looked on absent-mindedly. I don't think I'm obligated to have a guy like this buy me a drink, but he did get it for me, so I'll thank him. Was Oishi-san just killing time? We didn't know each other well, but he still engaged me in conversation about all sorts of dumb things. When I thought back to how I talked with Shion, this seemed like a total disaster.
前原さんは園崎さんのことをどれくらいご存知で？
さっき聞いた以上のことは何も。
Until then, I hadn't known anything about either Mion or Shion, other than the fact that they were interesting. I really did only just learn that she was the daughter of some prestigious family.
園崎家はこの地域一帯を牛耳ってる暴力団です。ちなみに彼女のお父さんは関東でも有名な暴力団グループの大幹部さんです。ご存知でした？
大幹部って。
シオンさんの自宅をご存知ないんですか？高い塀に有刺鉄線と監視カメラで守られた典型的な暴力団の組長宅ですよ。今度ぜひ遊びに行ってみてください。
She mentioned Mion being a successor, but to a crime syndicate?
いえ。まさか。園崎ミオンさんが継ぐのはそんなちんけな暴力団組織だけじゃありません。彼女が継ぐのは園崎家そのものですよ。そのあたりの意味、ちょっと噛み締めていただけますかな。
Oishi-san had spoken lightly about all of this from the start, but what he was saying wasn't light in the least. It was abrupt and unbelievable.
ミオンさんがその気になれば、往来の真ん中で人殺しをしたってもみ消せちゃうかもしれないんですよ。
Well, that kind of lends itself to who those guys were near the end of the last, what do they call them? Chapter? I don't know. The first game, anyway. That all those guys were probably part of the crime syndicate, including all the people they sent to, the hitmen that they sent out for him. That's, interesting to know. Thank you, Oishi.
証人は現れないだろうし、警察にだって圧力をかけられますし。
ミオンは人殺しなんかしないぞ。
Are you sure about that?
しません。ものの例えですよ。
大石さんでしたっけ？名前。
ねえ、そうです。
大石さん、ミオンの家が何だろうと、ミオンは俺の誇れる最高の友人です。それをあまりけなすような言い方は好きになれないですね。
I let my quiet anger show through in my gaze as I stared at him. Of course, I could never seem to tell what he's thinking, so I didn't know if it had any effect.
ではザック・バランに、そのミオンさんにいくつかの事件の嫌疑がかかっているとしたらどう思います？
Suspected? Incidents? You can't just say terrible stuff like that on a whim.
何かの誤解に決まってるじゃないですか。ミオンは物騒なことを言うやつだけど、そんな悪いことをするようなやつじゃない。
前原さん、お静かに。ここ図書館ですから。
Oishi-san shushed me, but in a state of heightened excitement as I was, I wouldn't be calmed so easily.
落ち着いてください。さっきも申し上げました通り、園崎家はいい意味でも悪い意味でもこの辺り一帯で強い力を持っているんです。ですから、ちょっと何かあるとすぐに疑いがかかってしまう。その辺りをご理解いただきたいのですよ。
Well, I know what Oishi-san is trying to say. Combining it with what Shion told me before, the Sonozaki family is huge and controls everything from Hinamizawa to Okinomiya. Mion, meanwhile, is its successor, who apparently holds strong influence over the entire family. Still, that's all? That's the only reason they're suspecting her?
ですから、私だって仕事で仕方なくやってるんです。ミオンさんを疑うためでなく、ミオンさんの疑いを晴らすために捜査をしている。そうお考えいただきたいのです。
He could talk a dog out of a meat truck. He was the definition of a shrewd, unfair adult. At this point, I began to think that it was no coincidence I'd met him.
大石さん、ひょっとして
Spooky
俺の
noises.
ようなんですか？
ねえ、そうですよ。前原圭一さん。
He answered in an absent tone of voice.
何かの事件でミオンを疑っていて、その友人の俺に何か聞きに来た。そういうことですか？
いえいえ、違います。私は園崎美音さんの友人と話をしに来たのではなく、前原圭一さんに話をしに来たのです。ご自宅にお伺いしたらご迷惑でしたでしょうからね。
俺に警察が何の用だって言うんですか
？Having realized this fake coincidental meeting had me as its target, my mood immediately turned foul.
そんなに構えなくて大丈夫ですよ。肩を楽にして、ちょっと質問に答えてくださるだけでいいんです。
それって職務質
Am
問
I
ってや
being
つですか？
detained, officer?
偶然知り合ったおじさんとの世間話ってことにしましょう。
Oishi-san freely suggested that I relax. That said, behind his eyes was a light, which I could only see sometimes, that was as sharp as a hawk. If I tried in vain to run away, he might actually take me in and bring me to an interrogation room or something. That was an undoubtedly unpleasant thought.
昨べは綿流しのお祭り、盛大で楽しかったですね。
Why does everyone know what I did?
はぐらかさないでください。今さら世間話なんかされても。
昨日の綿流しの晩、富武二郎さんと高野美
Why
代さん
does everyone know what I
何しません
did?
でしたか？
Gulp. I could plainly feel myself give a start.
あれ、写真はどこに行っちゃったかな？
Are they dead again?
あ
Are you gonna show me more dead pictures of my friends?
あ、あったあった。
He opened a small notebook and removed 2 photographs. I didn't have to look.
さあ、どうでしょう。あったような、合わなかったような。
I don't even know who those people are. I was asked the same question for the second time today. I gave the same answer for the second time too.
あれ？記憶が曖昧ですか？まさかアルコールが入っててよく覚えてないなんてのはなしにしてくださいよ。
That's me, the drinking high schooler. Here too, I got the same answers I had from Mion. I realized he wasn't taking my vague reply well. Why is he asking me the same thing Mion did? The dark feelings I'd nearly forgotten due to my conversation with Shion came rushing back in a hurry. We snuck into the sacred ritual storehouse. A punishable act. It was on a tiny impulse. While it may not count for much now, I do feel sorry about it.
もう一度。
Oh, he's got the angry face now.
ゆうべのお祭りで富武二郎さんと高野美代さんにお会いし
Just want to
ました
see if your answer's gonna change, kid. His tone was soft, but there was a dreadfulness in his voice, clearly different from the first time he asked. I'm scared. That was exactly how I felt.
と、繰り返し聞かれても、答えはさっきと同じです。
I don't really remember. There wasn't any better answer I could give him. I didn't have the balls to say that I didn't see them, nor the courage to admit I had.
そうですか。改めて聞き
Just a liar.
さっきとは違う
What?
答えが返ってくるかなと思いましてね。
That's the same thing that Mion said. I'm too scared to look Oishi-san in the eyes.
では質問を変えます。ほら、前原さん、リラックスリラックス。
I'll break your legs, kid. Oishi-san grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them, as if trying to give me a massage. It mostly just hurt, though. Still, why would he ask the same things as Mion? If he's asking the same things, then the next question must be...
同じく夕べのお祭りなんですが、
Spooky eyes.
園崎しおんさんにお会いしませんでしたか？
Oishi doesn't have the spooky eyes that Mion does, but those are his spooky eyes right there. Clatter, clatter, clatter. I wondered what that sound was, and when I looked down, I saw that it was the unmelted ice in the cup I was gripping in my hands. My hands were trembling, rocking the ice back and forth. Realizing that, I hastily put the remaining ice in my mouth and crunched down on it. Good plan. Just like last time, just crunching down on ice really works well for you.
すみません。あったかもしれないですけど、ほら、ミオンにもそっくりですから。ミオンと見間違えてるかも。
そんなわけはないでしょう。
Suddenly, Oishi-san grabbed both my shoulders and hunched down to give me a level stare. This must be what it's like to be a deer in the headlights. I want to look away, but I can't. This is the first time I've experienced such a piercing stare.
ミオンさんもシオンさんも服装は全然違うんですから、そう簡単に見間違えるはずはありませんよ。前原さん。
His voice was harsh. Harsh. The same as when Mion said it. I could feel my heartbeat quickening. When I realized that he could feel it through the hands on my shoulders, I got even more scared. Why? Why are Mion and Oishi-san both asking about last night? Maybe we can't trust Oishi-san in this game. Like we could last time, or at least we thought we could anyway. But maybe we can't this time. Maybe he's under payroll of the powerful syndicate, you know? Was sneaking into that storehouse so bad? Ugh. I shouldn't have let Takano-san talk me into it. Tomitake-san casually said to check it out too, so... Even Shion. If she hadn't encouraged me... No, I understood. I was the one most at fault here. I shouldn't have let my curiosity get the better of me. I shouldn't have gone into the forbidden storehouse.
Oi-san.
Hi, you can tell I'm not an important character because I don't have many details.
ホタルの光っす。
A young man wearing a suit came into the lounge. From the way he held himself, I knew immediately that he was Oishi-san's subordinate.
あれは本当だ。
So look at all like the detail on his face and in his hair, and I'm talking about Oishi-san, by the way, and in his clothes, like the wrinkles and stuff. And then you look at his subordinate, and it's just like, "Hi, I'm DeviantArt. I'm DeviantArt detective character. I don't have any detail in any parts of my body.
もう閉館なんですね。
My clothes don't have any folds in them, except for like my sleeve and my pocket that I'm sticking my hand into. I hadn't realized it until he said something. The jingle and announcement telling patrons the library had closed had started playing without me realizing it. I was so irritated, so overwhelmed, that I couldn't even hear it.
じゃあ前原君、もうこんな時間なんで私たちは失礼させてもらいます。このお話はもっと時間のある時にのんびりといたしましょう。
This isn't a joke. If I never saw him again, it would be too soon. Oishi-san followed his subordinate and left the lounge behind him. However, he spun back around. Give him the creepy eyes.
そうそう前原さん。
なんですか？
さっきさせてもらった2つの質問ですが、どちらの回答もよく覚えてない。
Nope, I'm a complete idiot.
はい。
参考までに。あなた、昨日全員にお会いしてますよ。
Why does everyone know these things?
4人で楽しそうに歩いてたじゃないですか。石段のところで。私がこの目で見てますから。
Weren't you here in the station? At that time of night? I caught my breath, and my heart seemed like it was about to stop. What a detestable person. He knew, and he was testing me.
ではまたお会いしましょう。良いお年を。
I sat there like a rock, and moving, until I could no longer hear the clacking sounds of their footsteps. I don't like people. They're all manipulative and terrible, and they ask me questions they already know the answer to. I was on my way back home. The cries of the Higurashi accentuated the already lonely evening. More time had passed than I thought. The orange of the dusky sky was being chased down, little by little, by an indigo color approaching from the east. Exhausted from the slow climb towards Hinamizawa, without even noticing, I'd gotten off my bicycle and was pushing it uphill. I don't understand any of this. No one had told me to my face that I'd done something wrong. No, in fact, it might have been much easier on me that way. What happened yesterday was really just my curiosity. It really was no more than a quiet prank. No more than having the courage to cross at a red light as long as you did it with other people. The storehouse for ritual implements. Hollowed ground, only accessible to the family of the priest. For sure, I'd seen terrifying things that I'd never imagined would be there. Thinking on it now, though, it didn't matter what was stored away inside. It didn't make the wrong I had committed any more right. What the four of us did, Mion seemed to know about it. And other people too, for some reason. For some reason, even the police were trying to learn what the four of us did. Did we do something so bad? I mean, we were breaking and entering, that's one thing. Really, it doesn't matter how wrong it was. I did something wrong. It was nothing more than that. And yet, I couldn't accept it. I didn't apologize to Mion or Oishi-san. All I did was shield myself with ambiguities. I did something wrong yesterday. I set foot into a forbidden storehouse for a little bit of mischief. I'll forget everything I saw in there. I won't ever do something like that again, either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Apologizing again. If I apologize like that, would they forgive me? The sudden cool evening air left no room for such sentiment, however, as it mercilessly chilled my feet, urging me to head home as soon as possible. In the end, the evening air was correct. If I trudged along such an isolated road, regrets would pile on top of regrets, but nothing would change. Let's go home. I'll go home, go to my room, put on my favorite music or something, and go to bed. That might sound plain and boring, but it's probably the strongest I've felt all day. Now that I've made a decision, there's no point in dawdling in a place like this. I sat back on my bike. I pushed hard on the pedals. I rapidly advanced forward. I steadily gained speed. The wind was cutting and mercilessly cold, but it actually felt good, as if it were softly punishing me. I didn't eat much dinner before excusing myself early and returning to my bedroom. My mom called me from downstairs.
ケイチ
You got another phone
例の
call!
園崎さんから
Better make it quick, we're on the internet trying to browse the web. Sonozaki? Was it Mion? Or was it Shion because that's what we're expecting a phone call from? No, it was Shion. I just remembered. She did something she wanted to tell me today. Oishi-san had interrupted us, so she didn't get the chance. Shion had said she'd call tonight.
もしもし、シオンか。
どうも今日は災難でしたね。
It is me, Shion. Definitely not Mion. She said it so plainly that I got a bit annoyed. She was the one who left me there and ran.
そんなこと言わないでください。私ケイちゃんに一緒に逃げようってサインを送ったじゃないですか。なのにケイちゃんボサーっと残っちゃって。
ボサってことはないだろう。シオンがあっという間に置いてきぼりにしたんで、あの後俺は大石のおっさんにたっぷり付き合わされたんだぜ。
そんなの私に愚痴られても困ります。
I can't believe she passed it off like that. She looks just like Mion, and yet inside she's this different. I got a little irritated at myself when I realized that I was somewhere in my mind, hoping for the same reaction I would get from Mion, even though she's a different person.
ああ、悪かったよ。次からはシオンを置いてくぐらいのつもりで真っ先に逃げ出すようにする。
できればレディーファーストでお願いします。
Shion laughed refreshingly. When I heard her voice, I realized that she wasn't really that angry or anything. It was just as she had said. The cause of my temper was because it was my own fault for not leaving immediately. I'll stop blaming it on others. Blaming it on others would be...
それより俺に何か話があるんだろ。
はい。もしももう知ってるなら改めて言うような話じゃないんです。知ってますか？
Shion lowered her voice suddenly, as if she were glancing around. I had no idea what I could already know.
悪いけど何のことかさっぱりわからないぞ。ヒントくらい出せ。
ってことは知らないみたいですね。
She seemed to take my stupid sounding question as evidence. However, her voice didn't sound disappointed or exasperated in the slightest.
実は昨日の綿流しのお祭りの晩なんですけど。
Did you see me last night? My entire body jolted as I was assailed by a terrible feeling. Is Shion... Did you see me last night? Is Shion going to ask the same thing?
もしもし、ケイちゃん、聞いてます？
Mosh mosh!
ああ、聞いてる。昨日の晩どうしたんだよ。
私たち4人入ったじゃないですか。
She didn't beat around the bush. Whether or not I wanted to admit it, that was the actual honest truth, and I couldn't act like it hadn't happened.
それでその後みんなで歩いて石段のあたりで私たちみんな別れましたよね。高野さんたちは沢に行ってケイちゃんはその場に残って、私は親類の人たちのところに行っちゃって。
ああ、それがどうした？
お互い質問の返し合いになっちゃうと拉致が開かないんで、私からまず質問します。いいですか？
ゆうべ富武さんと高野さんに会いませんでしたか？
え？はい。
Did we like pass into another dimension? This feels so strange.
あの後あの二人には会いましたか？
Oh, I see. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. This is the third time I've been asked this question today. Why? Why? What the heck is going on?
どうしてだよ。だからどうしてそれを俺に聞くんだよ。
ほらほら、ケイちゃん、質問は私からのはずです。答えてください。
シオンはあったのか？シオンが先に答えたら俺も答える。
My shabby response betrayed how scared and small I felt now, After everything that had happened today, Shion didn't say anything for a few moments. Just as I was beginning to think I'd really put my foot in my mouth with that response, she finally answered me.
もちろん会ってません。一緒にいた親類が証明できます。
俺だって会ってない。証明って言うならミオンとかレナとかみんながしてくれる。
Now that we knew our answers matched, she let out a sigh that sounded more relieved than anything else.
正直に答えてくれて。じゃあ言いますね。
Guess I'll have to kill you now.